Hey guys, Tyler here. Welcome back to Understand, the game about figuring out the rules and using them to solve puzzles. Now, the most observant of you might notice there's a completely new solved section at the bottom. I'll talk about that later. For now, let's go to the dash section. We have dash, dash, 1. So it's about dashes. I see, there's a dash. I don't know what the hell that's supposed to mean. There's a dash here. Looks like a face. Is that... Oh, well, hold on. No, I was thinking it's a bent dash, so we make a bent line. Here's a new idea. Okay, the dash does not represent how we touch this square. I don't know how to describe it. All right, so what's the deal with this one? It wants me to draw just starting at circle. Is that the first rule? Oh, look at that. That completes it. This does not complete it. First rule is, I think, start with the circle. Other two, I'm not so sure yet. I haven't played this game in a month, so this is gonna rack my brain. Alright, I messed around a little bit. I think the dash has something to do with the shape of the line. So, this is just the horizontal line, and technically, a dot is like a horizontal line, in a way. I'm not quite sure. It seems like we gotta hit all squares, so I figured that this is also just the straight line, and I was messing around. I couldn't get anything else besides the straight line, and it seems that straight lines seem to fulfill Rule 3. So the Rule 3 is probably the one with a dash. And this one's a bend. So I thought, oh, big bend. No, it's two small bends. So that's the idea I'm working with. Oh, and would you look at this? It's 2 over 1 down. But maybe we can't quite touch that? Or maybe it doesn't have to be in that order. Like I could do the bend first and then the over. Or what about something like this? There we go. It uses the 2 over 1 down pattern and pass it through all squares. So maybe a rule is that we just can't pass through this thing. Yeah, maybe it's rule 2 that we can't pass through the dashes. So that's the idea. Hit all squares, don't pass through the dashes, and then do the pattern. So this, no, that's a single dash. So the line looks like this. So it's got to go like that. There we go. And then down, over, down. So down, over, down, over, down. There we go. All right, cool start so far. 2 dashes means we go twice to the right or twice to the left. And then a length of 2 or length of 3 or whatever doesn't really matter. So let's see, maybe go over 4. Not 5, but 4, because that's total number of dashes. Maybe go over twice, go vertical twice, but maybe it doesn't have to be in order. Maybe it can be in order, and maybe we can go over the others. Oh, well, there's this one. Maybe not so much in order, but I have to complete one of their treasure map directions, I'll say, before going to another. That's what they are. They're treasure map directions. 1 pace to the right, 1 pace north, 1 pace right, and then 2 paces to the right, 1 pace down. Alternatively, I bet I could go through it backwards. So we could do 1 pace left, 1 pace down, 1 pace left. So I did the... Yeah, we all see. Okay, lots of vertical and horizontal. We definitely know the rule is just about solving the puzzle at this point. It's got to be up, over. Something like that. There we go. Shouldn't have been so hard. Like that. There we go. Lots of lines. Just got to figure how they fit in physically. I think it looks something like this. There we go. Not too bad. All right, what's the deal? We got 2 dashes, but it wants me to go 2 over 1 down. Maybe you can do more than what the dashes require. It's just important that you have a section of 2 dashes. So I think that even this wouldn't count because the 2 dashes to the 2 paces horizontally have to be in a row. So this one's pretty clear cut. Yeah, I think they need to be in a row, but then you could have more things like this. Yeah, that all makes sense. Makes plenty of sense. Yeah. No. Why don't I see it? Oh, well, I bet the dashes could combine. Like, I bet the first 2 dashes, the rightmost one, could be the same as the last 2 dashes of the leftmost one. So I could go like this, and that would work. Overlapping dashes. And the overlapping dashes could be the same here. Wants me to do something like this, right? Yeah, there we go. And now just probably more overlapping dashes. Let's see, what's a clean way to do this? Could look something like this. No, because we don't have the 3 dashes. Never mind. Oh, it would look something like this then. There we go. Yeah, here's the rightmost one, and then here's the middle one, and then the 3 dashes are on top. Okay, that makes sense. Everything has made sense so far. I love it. This looks like we want to do the inverse of what the dashes are asking us. Does this work too? Maybe we're not allowed to have this. Oh, yeah, our line cannot have that bend. It cannot have a clockwise bend. Here, it cannot have 2 vertical dashes. Anything but that. So this is okay. Anything but 2 horizontals, we just kind of zigzag our way. Anything but that shape. You know, I can't explain it well. Here, it gets just important that we hit all the squares still. And now there's a lot we can't do. Oh, this is just evil. Yeah, all these are like, yeah, it's simple. You just don't do these 2 directions. And now it's like, there's so much you can't do. Follow the law will break your kneecaps. Yeah, so no 2 vertical, no S bend, no U's like this. But sideways C's are fine, and horizontal stuff is fine. Does this break anything yet? Yeah, it does actually. This is fine, I think. This is fine, I think. There we go. Okay, that wasn't too bad actually. Well, again, we're matching the dashes one over to the right. Here it wants a staircase, except there's just no squares. So when am I, well, can I go over the dash? No. I wonder if there's like some sort of wraparound mechanism. Huh. Yeah, this is kind of wraparound. I don't know what to make of this. So, say hypothetically, you start here, go over twice, and then down twice. Oh, never mind. This is just unexpected. Wait a second. Does this work? Does this work? Huh. I actually really don't know what to make with this. All I know is that this movement is contained within these dashes. Would this have worked? No. It would not have. 3 in a row is the only good thing here. Well, would this have worked? Huh. So maybe it's about like the middle. I actually don't know what to make of that. It just seems like only part of the dashes are necessary. Whoops. What if it's like this? I mean, I don't know exactly how we could have a subset of the dashes, but as long as it's a subset, it seems to be important. What's funny is this has 3 horizontal dashes, which isn't even close to the space we have. And here there's 4 vertical dashes, which we also don't have space for. Not sure. I'm surprised actually this doesn't work. What is it exactly that all these puzzles have in common? So I can do 1 fewer dash, but if I do the whole thing, it's fine. This is fine too. I was kind of thinking it had something to do with the bend in the dash, but that's not the case. What? What is going on? And here, if I just do 2 of the dashes, it's fine. And 3 of the dashes is okay, but it breaks rule 1, which is don't touch the dashes. And then this just somehow works. And you can just add extra juice to it and it's all good. Can I add? No, I guess I can't add certain extra juice. Okay, why could I add extra juice here, but not here? No. No. Why would you do this? We cut a dash out from the middle. Gonna be honest, I don't understand why. Well, this isn't helpful either. You know, unless if this just magically works. Like, I could try this, but... Let's count the dashes I can get rid of. I can get rid of 1 horizontal, 1 vertical. I can get rid of 1 horizontal, 1 vertical. I can get rid of 1 horizontal, 1 vertical. I can get rid of 2 horizontal, 1 vertical. I don't know, maybe I can also get rid of 2 horizontal, 1 vertical. Yeah, let's see what I got rid of. I got rid of at least 1 horizontal, at least 1 vertical. I got rid of 2 horizontal, 1 vertical. I'm sure someone else will see the reason why. That's all I have to say. I'm gonna be honest, all I see is, well, you get rid of some dashes and it's a subset of the dash, but yeah, let's move on to the next one. I don't want to hurt myself. Let's see, you just start and stop in the middle. I don't know what that has to do with these dashes. Maybe it's, well, I was gonna say we have to draw the line the dashes have in common, but then this would work. Alright, here's what I see as a combination. So hypothetically, if we take these two dashes and physically smush them together, they make a square. And inside the square is a 1x1. Here, you smush them together, make a 1x2 rectangle. And then here, well, I mean, we haven't gotten here yet. I'm expecting it's this shape. Yeah, you think about the space inside the dashes. Alright, so it looks something like this. Yeah, so imagine, okay, this is totally different. Well, here I imagine it's just a 1x1. You smush them all together, it makes a square. Here it makes a, well, I guess it's a 2x2 square. And here it makes, well, there's a 1x1 and a 2x2 square. So I think it would just look something like this. No, it doesn't piece together that easily. It looks something like this, actually. But I'm trying to figure out how else I could explain this, because I get it. I see it. I just have to hope my words are getting through. All I know is that we're making it, having the dashed lines be the outline of a shape. And I feel like this is a similar shape. Looks something like that? No, that's not quite right. No, I can't draw this line that I want to. What if it looks something like this? Oh, yeah, so you make a 3x3 square with the big ones, and then these small ones kind of carve out the middle, and you make a donut. No, oh god, okay, we have to make a couple donuts here, I think. Actually, what I think it looks like is like this. Yeah, it's just a larger donut. The outer ring is composed by the top ones, and the inner ring is composed by the bottom ones. Wait, what? This changes everything? I'm sorry? You only changed 2 of them. That somehow makes it impossible, huh? Well, not impossible. It just makes it so you can't easily make a donut, right? I had to expend a lot of brain power on this one. Like, it's going to be big. I just don't want to map out this whole thing in my head, especially when I can't easily convey it to you, the viewer. What if it looks something like... Nope, can't draw it. Wait, I should be able to, though. What if it looks something like this? There we go. So yeah, it was the shape, and then each of these small ones become 1x1s and block off these 2 middle ones. There we go. That was the toughest puzzle that wasn't figuring out the rules in a while. All right, well, it looks like I make a similar bend to the dash lines, and following the exact procedure of the dash lines does not get me anywhere. That's nice. Is there any partial credit, or is there not partial credit? Is there any way I can get credit here? Rules 2. Can I isolate rule 1? No, I cannot. Can I isolate rule 1 here? No, I cannot. I can't isolate... Oh, there it is. Rule 1. But this is rule 2 compliant. This is rule 2 compliant. I wonder if there can only be one empty area. Well, I guess this is rule 3, so... But this isn't rule 3. Maybe I have to, like, cover all these up? My only guess is that you gotta do the directional line that it requires and then create only one empty space? Well, I can't do that shape here because it goes through the thing. But it gets me rule 3, so maybe you can swap out the order a little bit. Yeah, this completes rule 3. And the only way I see to complete rule 3 is this one, but maybe there's other ways. Oh, that completes rule 3. And that completes rule 3. Hold on. Other ways that completes rule 3. This does not complete rule 3, though. What the hell could rule 3 be? It seems like it has something to do with adjacencies. Like the line somehow translates into adjacent squares to the dots that must be covered in. Must be covered up. That doesn't make any sense, though. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, so it's not one empty space. There can be 2 empty spaces. I mean, my line follows the dashes commands, and it doesn't cover up either of the dashes. Don't say that I know what rule 3 is, though. Oh! Ooh, I just looked at it in a new light. The empty section itself is denoted by the dashes. So, within the center of this grid, the boundaries of this empty are a horizontal dash here and a vertical dash here. boundary is horizontal and, or sorry, vertical and 2 horizontals. This is 2 verticals and then horizontal, vertical, horizontal, and then you get the idea. So yeah, that makes sense. So what we actually need is something like this. There we go. Yep, that's the rule. And I assume they can't be touching because these are supposed to be the boundaries. Well, so think about it. This section is consistent of something like this, and this section consists of something like that. And just gotta draw it in a way that's actually possible. So maybe this and that. That works. All right. Totally different sections here, but who says that it's true? Maybe they could conjoin together. They can join together. All right, now we're getting the hang of things. I think it looks something like that. All right. I think it looks something like this. It's not that tough one, is it? We don't think this would work, right? Yeah, there's no way. That's funny. It actually makes sense. The only boundaries of the shape that aren't the boundaries of the entire board are a vertical and 2 horizontals. All right, very funny. Okay, now they're just really making sure I know it. I do. I know the rules. It's a really weird shape. I got to use almost the negative space. What if I like try to do some inverse stuff? This almost works. All I'm missing is this shape. Or this line, rather. No, and I'm missing this line. Possibly? Something like this? There we go. Yeah, top right's by itself. Bottom right is here. Top left is here. And then bottom left is here. Yeah, I mean, that's the solution. We know the rules, just the puzzles themselves are tricky. What can I say? Time for level 8. Alright, 2 right dashes. Who knows what that means at this point? I don't know. I'm not thinking about it too much. Though maybe I should be. Oh, God. Feels like... Wait a second. And this is okay, but this is not. I mean, I can't make any conclusions yet. I feel like the dashed lines almost serve as the outer boundary of the shape. Specifically the outer boundary. No, I did that wrong. Still, it's just wrong. But it is the outer boundary, so I guess my theory is wrong. Maybe there has to be an inner boundary? I mean, all I know is that the line shape is similar to the dash's shape. But I can't really do that here. Just not enough space. I was thinking like a smaller version of it. Oh no! Oh no! This is not helpful at all! Alright, what do the shapes of the dashes and my line have in common? I mean, it's similar directions. I don't know, I feel like if I make just the general shape of it, I'm good, but not in this case. It seems like all I had to do, I think this actually is the rule, which is kind of silly because it was so easily cheesable. Actually, no, I was thinking this when I did it. So all the dotted lines do is indicate directions. You just have to go one step in the direction of the line. So here it wants me to go over and then down. I went over, then down. It wants me to go over and then down, just based off directions, not number of dashes. Over, down, over. Over, down, over. And then up, over, down. I mean, that's the closest I can get. It seems about right. It makes sense. Feels kind of silly, not gonna lie. Anyways, this one has 4 rules. And it seems that we have to hit all squares. Yeah, rule 1 is start at a square, rule 2 is end at a square. You don't actually have to hit all squares, but then you probably have to hit an over then down. At some point, over then down. Over then down. Not sure why, actually. It wants me to do something like this. No, if I can isolate rule 4, I'll be happy. Like, again, am I supposed to ignore the number of dashes and just focus on the directions? That does get rule 4. That gets rule 4. What about this? Maybe it's again about directional. I think it's once again just about directions. Go right, then down, then right. And here wants me to go up, over, and then down. It's again about directions. See, I feel like you could apply the same rule to both this puzzle and the last puzzle. And the same rule would solve both. Yeah. I applied the exact same rule, and it solved me both cleanly. Like, it's just follow the directions of the line. I mean, here the line messes with you because the starting point is above the ending point. But that's just, again, you focus on the directions, and the length debates you more. This just feels like a, did you really get the previous puzzle sort of vibe check. That's what I'm getting from it. This, though, I don't know. Who knows? It's the first puzzle. It's never meant to tell us anything. I'm getting rule 3 at least. Oh, I have no idea what to make of this. 2 dashes and a corner dash? It does look like direction of the line matters. It's not about the squares you fill in. I feel like rule 1's the tricky one for the first time in ever. Usually the early rules are more gimmies, but it feels like the later rules are gimmies. What's up with that? There's only so much you can do. I was hoping I'd get it by now. That doesn't help. Maybe the idea is that each dot needs to be just kind of isolated. Sorry, each dash square needs to be isolated. And at some point during your line, you need to have the motions that are carved out in the dot or in the dashes. And it's about the directions rather than the numbers. So at some point you gotta go up, right, down, or up, left, down. And here you gotta go like right, up, left, or vice versa, or something like that. I don't know, man. This whole thing is weird. Maybe it has nothing to do with the lines, like maybe you just gotta separate them. No, it's not that simple. Oh, I see. Yeah, I need to do the right, up, right. Right, up, right. And that also covers the top one. I don't know. I think they gotta be isolated, and you gotta be doing the shapes of them at some point. Alright, I'm back. I had to cut the previous recording short. And where I left off, I think I didn't know the rule for this, but I'm pretty sure I do now. So to figure out the rule for this, I actually ended up going back to the previous set of levels, and I remembered that the lines here kind of outline the direction of the line I must draw. I must go right then down as long as it matches the direction, but not at all the size or length of the line. And scale can be misleading. As long as you follow the directions, it's right. So I feel that you just have to apply it to here, but there's just multiple lines. So you're supposed to combine the lines as multiple steps, but still focusing on the directions. So you have a right then up, and then you have a right. But I bet you could do it like this as well. Yeah, so you just kind of combine them together. And all that matters is that you have... Oh, okay. All that matters is that you follow the directions. Okay, I thought it'd be that simple, but you know what? This doesn't do it, but somehow this does. Does this do it? Well, I guess as long as I still fill in every other square. I think one of the rules is that you got to fill in every empty square and do the directional of lines. Because here you can see there's like an up, over, down, and here there's a side, down, over. So if I do it either way, it will work. But if I don't cover up all the squares, it seems that rule 3 is like follow the directions, and rule 1 is that you must cover every empty, and then rule 2 is that you don't cover up the dashes. So that's what I'm getting from this. So I want to cover up all 9 of these using the directions outlined here. How about this is me doing the top one? And then this is me doing the middle one. This is me doing the bottom one. Yep, that's the rule. Combine them all. Here we just got to go in all 4 directions exactly one time. So up, 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 like that. There we go. This is different. This is 3 horizontals and 1 vertical. So it's got to look like something like... Actually, I'm not so sure. I guess that works. Because, yeah, you could say the bottom is 2 horizontals, and then there's 1 vertical, then 1 horizontal on top. You just do the same direction back to back, and it looks like the same thing. These are interesting looking maps. I mean, it's hard to say exactly, but you got a spiral. So you just have to do something like, I don't know, actually. Maybe something like this, kind of. I mean, who says you have to do it there, right? Who's to say exactly where it needs to be done? All that I know is that it has to be done. That's the important part. I feel like because it's symmetrical, I just need to pick one and stick with it. Oh, so maybe it looks like this. Yeah, that's correct. So this, so if I start here and go to about here, which one is that? That's the top one. Yeah, that's the top one. And then doing this spiral is the bottom one. Okay, makes sense. 3 to combine. These are tricky puzzles. There's not much to say about it. We know the rules. The puzzles themselves are hard. That seems to be the theme of this section. Just the puzzles are hard now, but maybe I just have to spiral without thinking about it. No, I should think about it. So down, over, up, and then over. Well, this gets the first 2, but then I'm not going to get the third one in there. Where does the middle one fit in? What about, okay, what if the leftmost one starts? And this is the leftmost one. Then we have the rightmost one, and then we have the middle one. There we go. All right, I mean, cool rules. You know, tricky puzzles, trickier than figuring out the rules. That's what I have to say. I'm excited to see what this question mark is. What kind of mystery lies behind it? Notice the line showed up after I drew it. What if the line is different? Okay, it draws the line that you drew no matter what. I don't know how that affects things though, because I could draw whatever the heck I want. I could draw balls. Huh, that's a funny penis. Next, but you gotta have it match this. I'm not quite sure what the drawn line has to do with anything. All right, what if I just draw this line again? What if I draw it over the first one? What if I do some sort of line like this, and then that shows up there? You know what I'm saying? So the rule 2 is match whatever shape there is. But I don't know what rule 1 is. Like maybe it's just fill up everything. Like what if I include the shape? Oh, rule 1 is fill up everything. I'm not sure how I would get all the empties if I matched the line. And then they all have, yeah, they all have this shape that I drew. Is there, I mean, if I fill them all up, I can get this. Well, I guess this could be handy if the amount of dashes are not that important. Yeah, like if it's indicative of direction. So this is indicative of direction, and it gets us about this far. But then we're going to be met with a problem here. Yeah, so this, I mean, we need to match the shape of the line and fill in every square, but it doesn't work that way here. So we need like a very special line that'll let us do that for all cases. Well, why don't I do some sort of spiral? Maybe because, I mean, this would work, and I don't see why this wouldn't work. I don't see why this one, well, this matches the line, but we miss a square. And this one wouldn't get there either. Okay, so you just need to have the same shape of line in each level. Alright, so this line, can I replicate it if it's wider horizontally? No, I cannot. But what I can do is replicate it if it's wider vertically. Or larger vertically. And then that can scale to here. Right? But we need to obviously have all of them solved, otherwise we don't complete this. So I need something that has maybe horizontal and vertical U's that can be expanded. What about this curve? Maybe this is a little bit more of a step in the right direction. It feels like I'm getting a little bit more efficient, but it's hard to say exactly for sure. Oh, I see it. It looks something like this here. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere, maybe? Just follow the directions of the line. Getting closer. What if it looks maybe more like... Oh, wait, that's the line. That's the line. That's the directions. There we go. We've completed the horizontal ones. I feel like this line is advanced enough to maybe make it in the vertical expansion as well. And, well, hold on. I didn't draw it right. I think it's easier here. I think it's just as easy as expanding the verticality. Oh, my God. Okay. So, you know what? I take back what I said about this being a lame puzzle. It's not flashy, but it's interesting. That's what I'll tell you. It's a fun solve, trying to find the perfect line that can expand in both directions. So a sweet curve right there. I don't know why I keep calling it a curve. Doesn't make any sense. Well, anyways, I completed the brown section. Now I guess it's probably time for me to address the white elephant in the room, specifically this white section down here. Right, so I played this and somehow I managed to miss the point of the section, only completing a few of the levels with their intended solutions. And I think I'm going to show you guys a montage of the ones I actually got, because me just stumbling on the unintended solutions is probably not that fun to watch. In my defense, the solution should not have been so easy to accidentally get, but I got them anyways. So there's still some fun ones in there, especially the question mark. I think you guys will enjoy that one. And I don't think there's that much more to be said. Let's get into it. Yeah, it seems rule 1 is start a circle, rule 2 is end it square, rule 3 is don't touch the triangle, and rule 4, who knows? This triggers rule 4 for some reason. And it is possible to miss out on rule 4. So I have no idea what to make of rule 4. Well, this is the only way to solve it. This, not so much. Yeah, who knows what rule 4 is? I don't know. Maybe the empty space is 2 times in... it's 2 squares per triangle. I mean, that doesn't add up. This would add up. 2 squares per triangle. 2 squares per triangle. 2 squares per triangle. Yeah, seems pretty good to me. A lot easier than the previous one. Star to star. Rule 1, start with the star. Rule 2, end with the star. Yeah, it seems about right to me. And then, is it possible to fail this? Yeah, it is. Rule 4 is the finicky one. I don't know what rule 3 could be. Well, that triggers it. That also triggers it. Okay. Each additional star reduces the amount of empty space there is to work with. I don't know. I don't know. 3 stars to me seems to... well, maybe I should base the length of the line off of it. 3 stars is a 7 long line. And then 2 stars is a 5 long line. Maybe 4 stars is a 9 long line. Well, this is 9, yeah? And then this would be a 7 long line. I feel like that's it. This would be a 9 long line then. What about this? Is this 9? I think it is. Yeah, it's 9. I just didn't feel like counting it before drawing it. I think that was the rule. It's just 5, or I guess the length of the line is 3 plus 2 times the number of stars. But anyways, on to the 6th one. Do I have to surround this thing? What? I could touch it and be fine. Okay, so I can go over stars. I don't know if there's any other way I can really solve the puzzle, though. I don't know, man. I thought I could, like, circle the stars and... well, I guess I can. But I can also go directly over the stars. So I don't know, it feels like what matters is that the area, the tiles directly around the stars must be filled in. That's what I'm gathering. So that's probably good enough. And it doesn't matter if you go over the stars. Just fill in every space around the star. Something like this. There we go. How dare you? Okay. Well, I can go over the stars. Maybe it's... oh, well, just cover all the spaces that are next to stars and don't cover any space that isn't directly next to a star or a star. Yeah, that makes sense. So basically cover everything except for these corners, and the star pieces themselves are mandatory. Sorry, they're optional. That was the word I was going for. They're like almost the same word. Well, let's see section 10. There's 3 rules again, so at least we can do some experimenting. And there's shapes. Do we think rule 1 is don't touch the shapes? It could be. I think rule 1 is don't touch the shapes. And then the other one just seems to be one of each shape in a section, but that's probably not true. Again, there's only so many ways to draw a line. Maybe one of these shapes is a sleeper shape, and they're okay to draw over. No. Maybe I just have to get directly in between 2 shapes of the same type. Like that. Like this. Yeah, just get directly in between 2 shapes of the same type. Again, this definitely feels like a puzzle. Well, it's a little bit different, though. Maybe not so much now. Get directly into in between shapes of a type only once. This feels like a World 3 puzzle? It feels like one of those early World puzzles. There we go. Yeah, get in between each like shape with your line once. Exactly once. That one's fine, because there's already a square in between. Then this should work. And then this should work. And then they're just giving me a bunch of shapes. Now, I know the rule at this point. I know the rule, probably. Just want to... Yeah, make sure I don't mess up the line itself. It's funny, there's actually a lot of different lines here. This is a line, this is a line. And then this is a line, then these are lines. I messed up somewhere? Yeah, I missed one. There we go. Alright, that's definitely the rule. Now for the question mark. I'm still excited for this. Jesus, what a large grid. What'd they give us, a 10 by 10? And they want us to draw 20? Okay, what if I just draw 10? Oh, it's a 1 rule. Oh, no. I'm probably not going to like this then. Well, who knows? Let's keep an open mind. Draw 20. Draw 20. Draw 10. Draw 30. Draw 40. 20 on the opposite side of the board. Let's check out the next one. It's smaller. What if I just draw 80? How about that? Since they go away from the 10 by 10, I'll just complete the thing. No. Does 20 elsewhere work? 20 elsewhere works. Could it be like anywhere type of 20? Like freaking this? Yeah, 20 anywhere is good. I'll just leave this one be. Let's go to this one. It's not a 12, so it can't be that bad. All 12. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ew. 7? I'm gonna keep doing this method. It's tried and true. $23? I mean, 7 and 23 add up to 30. I don't know, maybe the whole thing has to add up to 100 or something like that. I'm not gonna pretend like 20 something, 7 and 23 somehow form a pattern. I'm not gonna pretend like there's math in there that's interesting to find out. Maybe some people find it interesting, I sure don't. $15. 23 minus 7 is 16, not 15. 15, could mean anything. It sucks though, this method, thank God, is 2. Thank God it's 2 on this one. You know what, maybe this one's a really short one too. Maybe this one's like 3 or 4. $21. Well, 2021's a year. Ew, please don't tell me it's referencing something outside the game. 2021 being a year. And then 7 being the month of... What is this month? Oh my God, today is 7/23. Son of a bitch. Yeah, okay, 7/23. And then this is 15. It's hour 15. I feel like 2's not going to work anymore. Yeah, because it's 3:09. I've been on this for a bit. It's a freaking clock. Oh, wait, so this is the second counter? Okay, well, how the hell do you expect me to get this? There's no way. There's 60 on here. It could be any of the 60 seconds. Eat my nuts. Okay, hold on. I can, if I pull this thing up, I gotta go to windowed mode. This is ridiculous. I can use this right here to help me out with... But I can't have both open at the same time. Eat my nuts. Here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna have this preemptively on 11, and I'm just gonna wait for this to get close to the 1 second, and I'll send it. This is actually awful. I genuinely don't like this. I think I would have liked it if it didn't have the second counter. There, I did it. I got the achievement. And kiss my ass. This section as a whole kind of felt like a bit of filler. They were either... Well, they were either 8 or 9, which maybe I'll look up afterwards and see if I like them. And a bunch of puzzles that would have fit better in other sections. Or probably just shouldn't have been made at all because they were already done in other sections. They didn't feel that unique, even though they focused on the empties. It didn't have that much uniqueness to it. Hopefully the next section's more interesting. Thank you guys all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.